I'm joined by manager James Rowe ahead of his side's upcoming match against Telford. James, how are you feeling?
Feeling good, yeah. Good morning, Isaac. Obviously, we travelled safely back from Spennymoor. Everyone got back okay, no knocks. We're ready to go, obviously, for training preparation for Telford tomorrow night.
Last time out, your side got a very good point on the road against Spennymoor, despite missing a few key players in Gavin Gunnan and Josh Thomas. What did you make of that performance, and can we expect to see those two back soon?
Well, we've got to monitor them again today. As I said, we've come through okay from Saturday. Of course, we're going to miss players at that ilk, but the players that came in done very well. Obviously, Kieran, unfortunate for the penalty, which is actually outside the box, so it was a little bit unlucky. But he conducted himself well in the 25 minutes as well that he made his debut.
Talk about obviously missing key players, but I thought Jack James and Tommy O'Sullivan came into the side for their first starts of the season, really took their opportunity as well. Are we going to see them stake a place for the starting 11 now? Yeah,
it's always good to have players raring to go on the outside that got their opportunity and that they deserved their opportunity and they both took it. Tommy particularly I thought was very good in midfield, followed the game plan really well. His running stats were impressive as well and his high intensity efforts, but obviously we know the other side, Tom was a technical player and I thought he took the ball well at times and stages of the game. But we're still developing as a group. We're still working on things like switching play quicker to raid down the other side, things like that. So we're still developing as a group. We're 5 games into the season. The group's been together, 11 weeks now. So we're still developing and long may the form continue.
The club announced the loan signing of Lewis Brunt a little while ago, but we're yet to see him in action. Could you give us an update on when we can expect Lewis back in a City shirt?
Yeah. I've been asked that question a few times actually, off the camera. He unfortunately, when we did the loan, he unfortunately had one more game to play for the 23s and he actually picked up an injury against Crystal Palace for the Aston Villa 23s. So he's coming back, but he got delayed as well on that comeback. He is running now 100%, so we're expecting him back any day now.
Look at the start of the season, 5 games in, 13 points. You must be delighted that everything you've put together in pre-season and the back end of last season is coming to fruition.
Yes, there's been a lot of transformational leadership here, because I say that, and what I mean by that is there's so much change that needed to happen. So we've gone from part-time to a hybrid model. We've changed 19 players. And now it is coming to fruition. You're quite right, not just with the results but off the field, the culture we're building here, everything's in place and the building blocks are in place for a bright future for the club. But ultimately it depends how you do on the pitch is how far the club will go, not the other way around. So we must remember that and make sure we still continue to develop on the pitch, continue to get results and make sure the culture off the field matches that performance on the field. And then you're going places as a club.
Seeing the club, it's great news. It was announced that Matt McClure was Player of the Month. It must be great for a manager to see that your players are being rewarded for their fantastic performances.
Yeah, he fully deserved that. It's not just his goals, his overall play has been outstanding. There's been a couple actually that could have had a shout for that. Namely Alex Witter, I think, has been outstanding last month, and Gavin Gunnan also. But under the radar, I think George Carline is very consistent with his performances. So I think, you know, it's not singling out players, but Matty fully deserves that and credit to him. And it is nice for Matty to get that. I've worked with him a long time, obviously, before at Aldershot. He's come here and he's conducted himself really well on and off the field. We all know what he does for the club off the field as well. So he's a real asset to the club and long may that continue for him.
And finally, we're back in action tomorrow night as we welcome another promotion chaser in Telford to Meadow Park. What's your overall feeling ahead of that game?
Well, they've recruited well. They've changed a few players as well from what they had in their squad last year. I think on their performances, what I've seen so far, they've been unlucky not to pick up more points. I think they've played better than perhaps what their points return is. The manager's obviously got a bit of experience now at this level, and it'll be another tough task. But every opponent, like I said before, Spennymoor brings their own challenges, and Telford, quite rightly, will bring their own. They've got an experienced group, so we're looking forward to it. Training today, and obviously we'll plan obviously for Telford for tomorrow night, and we'll be ready to go. Continue the good form.
Brilliant, thank you, James.
Thanks, Isaac.